Good morning, kids. Glad to have you back again for another Sunday story from our Bible. Remember last week we talked about Paul, and he went everywhere he went. He tried to tell people about Jesus and how mad some people were that he was talking about Jesus being the Son of God. Well, those men were still angry in this chapter of the Bible. They didn't just want Paul in prison. They wanted to kill Paul. And so they started planning. When Paul was going to get out of prison, they were going to attack. And they were going to kill Paul because they wanted to stop Paul from telling anybody else about Jesus. Well, they didn't know something. There was a little secret that God had planned already. Paul's nephew. You know what a nephew is? Aunts and uncles, like your mom's sister or your mom's brother, or your dad's sister or brother, they call you a niece or a nephew. Well, Paul's nephew overheard these bad men talking. He knew what to do. Paul's nephew took that secret that he overheard. He went to Paul. He went to prison. He found Paul and he said, Paul, I'm really worried because these bad men are going to try to kill you when you leave prison. Paul said, you need to tell the soldiers about this. I want you to go to the commander, that's the man in charge of the army, and I want you to tell them what you heard. So the nephew did just what Paul said. He went to the commander and he said, I overheard some men talking. And they're going to kill Paul when you let him out of prison. The commander thought about what he was going to do and he said, I don't want you to tell anybody else about this plan, but I have an idea. So the commander gathered his soldiers together that night and they took Paul out of prison. They had lots of horses and lots of soldiers and they put Paul right in the middle. You couldn't see him. And they rode right through the middle of town. Paul was in there, and those bad men didn't even know he was leaving town. See, God protected Paul. Even though the angry men wanted to hurt him, God had a plan, and he has a plan for us too. So just remember that God loves you, and he cares about what you're doing. I want you to remember this lesson. When you go today, he loves us when we're at home. He loves us everywhere we're at, and have a great week. See you next time.